I met up with the designers behind Warehouse 13, the board game. This is a game that's coming soon to Kickstarter. Super pumped for this. This is a co-op game where where each player takes on the role of one of the characters from the TV show, the old sci-fi series Warehouse 13, and you are trying to keep the artifacts out of the hands of the adversary, or McPherson is his name. You're trying to keep the artifacts out of McPherson's hands, because if he gets them, he triggers an end game, kind of a finale. But essentially the game is played, it's a series of episodes that you have, and you go through each episode, and then there's a season finale. Or essentially what it is, you play the game from start to finish. That's considered a season. And then there's rounds, and each round is considered an episode. And each character that plays, you have a passive ability that is kind of an ongoing ability that happens all the time. You have a once per episode or a once per round power that you can activate. You have a once per season or a once per game power that you can activate. And then each character has what they call a drawback, which is basically something bad about their character. The character that I had, if he ever got knocked out, he got wounded instead, which is worse than being knocked out. So it was a lot of fun. And it's co-op, so you're going through, you're rolling dice, you're trying to investigate these clues, you're using cards to claim dice or to take actions. You then use the dice to roll later to claim the artifact for that particular round, and if you fail and get in the artifact, it actually falls to McPherson. And you go until the team has either secured 3 artifacts or McPherson has secured 3 artifacts. If the team secures 3, the team wins. Yay, game's over. If McPherson gets 3 artifacts, he triggers what's called the finale, where then he is now trying to complete 2 plots before the agents complete 2. So you can still, even if he gets 3 artifacts, you still have a chance as the agents to cooperatively win. What I wasn't expecting with this game is a hidden traitor mechanic. This was exciting to me and very thematic, because in the show there were times where agents in the warehouse would get what they called whammied by an artifact, and it would cause them to betray the team or double cross the team. And in this game, there's a hidden traitor mechanic. One of the people working could be a traitor. It's very much kind of like Dead of Winter. There may not be a traitor at all. But there are different opportunities where that traitor can reveal themselves, and at that point, the game is no longer playing McPherson and drawing action cards from a deck. Now the person who's revealed themselves to be the traitor is now playing those cards and is actively, now the game has become, instead of cooperative versus the game, now it's suddenly a one versus many. It was a very unique game. We had a lot of fun with it. As you're trying to get the artifacts, you also have to maintain the warehouse. Things are happening in the warehouse. You don't want the warehouse to get out of hand, because, as they said in the show, warehouse goes boom. So you have to be careful with that. So it was a lot of fun to play Warehouse 13. I actually took Sam Healy from the Dice Tower booth. He came over with me and actually sat down and played it as well, and got to experience it there. The designer, one of the designers of the game, was there, and they had played it with. You may have seen the articles around. Geek and Sundry did a write-up. They played Warehouse 13, the board game, not only with the designers but also with Eddie McClintock, who played Pete on the show. Got to play, and so the designer told us some stories about that experience of getting to play with Eddie, and how Eddie is Pete and Pete is Eddie, and how he's just a really nice guy. So it was a lot of fun to play Warehouse 13.